Welcome. My name is Michael Wirfs. I am one of the founders of Blue Flame Products, LLC. I'm going to speak to you a little bit first, and we're going to talk about my executive summary, products and services. You would go to that next page there, please, Brandon. Blue Flame Products, who we are. So what we plan to do is bring premium gas outdoor fireplaces to a wide market of people. With COVID and everything that's happened, the quarantines, a lot of people are spending more time at home and they're finding different ways to spend time with their family and entertain with their friends. So what we plan to do is market to that niche market segment and to those people that want to stay home, they want to entertain, and they want to have a great centerpiece that's really going to bring life to their atmosphere, to their house. So our products are going to be different from others. Most of them are made overseas. Ours are going to be handcrafted in the USA using the best materials available and using state-of-the-art manufacturing techniques. We will have customization options that allow the customers to add their special or their own touch to their fireplace. That's really going to make it stand out, and it's going to be kind of make it one of a kind. So that is going to be an added service that we will have on top of our base models. We would go to that next slide, please, Brandon. What we need or what we're seeking is to raise $250,000 in the form of a loan. And with that loan, we'll be able to purchase a manufacturing facility, finance our first 3 months of operation. We're going to be able to gain capital to purchase equipment needed to produce our fire pits. And we're going to be contributing $100,000 to this venture of our own money. Go to that next one there, Brandon. Like I said, my name is Michael Wirfs. This is our startup team. I have over 5 years in the manufacturing and design industry. Brody Fierce, who's going to talk to you in just a second, has over 10 years in the manufacturing and machine technology experience. We have Ben, who has over 5 years of financial management experience, and Brandon and Adrian on our team with a combined 15 years of marketing experience. Once we combine all of these expertise areas, it's really going to help our business take control and take a large segment of that market. So I'm going to turn you over to Brody, and he's going to talk about some different manufacturing and our finances and organization. Brody?
Thank you, Michael. Good evening. My name is Brody Fierce. I'm going to be talking about our finance and our basic organizational plans. If you wouldn't mind taking to the next slide. Our expansion plan is a 3-year expansion plan to control the niche market and specialized outdoor grills by providing a U.S. manufactured quality product where our competitors are building a Chinese knockoff or another imported product. Our team currently owns 100% of the business and will be investing roughly $100,000 of their own money while looking to receive a $250,000 commercial fund. Next slide. These funds will be used to cover our initial lease payments and our working capital costs of $50,000 to maintain our inventory, our stock, our overhead, our base wages, while spending roughly $125,000 on specialized sheet metal fabricating equipment, from pulse welding machines to fiber optic lasers and press brakes that'll get us off the ground and started in our business. The marketing budget the first year is going to be roughly $20,000, trying to get our product out there and make sure people are aware of who we are and what we've done. And we're also estimating that we're going to see $5,000 in the first year in unseen costs. Next slide. Our founders are going to support our owner and our management team with our 10 years of experience. It's going to be a very lean system with the founders and owner team control directly, having direct control over the fabricator, our delivery driver, and our base administrator. Sorry about that. And then on the next slide, we're going to break down our costs and where we think our expenses are going to be for our employees. Owner's going to be taking a $50,000 a year salary, while our 2 fabricators are going to be making roughly $30,000 a year. This is a well-earned wage for their specialty and their ability to manufacture these high-end products. And we'll have a driver delivering products at $30,000 and a bookkeeper that's controlling our administrative and tax costs for the first year at roughly $25,000. Next, I'm going to pass this off to Adrian, who's going to talk about the strategic market and analysis.
Hi, my name is Adrian Guerrero, and I'll be going over the strategic and market analysis. Next slide, please. Thanks. So the fire pit industry is projected to reach $296.1 million by 2026 compared to the 241.5 million where it was at 2020. The industry has some major segments that include wood burning, propane, gel fuel, and natural gas fire pits, which is what Blue Flame Products is going to be targeting. The revenue market shares for this segment is projected to continue rising over the next 5 years, and the natural gas fire pits should be about 20% of the industry revenue market shares. Our target customer group is going to be those who have been forced to work home due to COVID. With an availability of customers nationwide, our annual revenues are estimated at 1.1 million, with 240 Tier 1 products being sold and 72 tier units being sold projected for the yearly sales. Next slide, please. So our customer target is going to be the residential homeowners. We offer the affordable Tier 1 option, and we're estimating that a family of 5 with an annual income of $35,000 a year should be adequate for purchasing the Tier 1. Our target customers include both male and female, married and single, family or no family, and any level of education. Next slide, please. There are 6 major competitors in this industry, and their price ranges go from $89 a unit all the way to $11,000, which puts us well in between. And there's more on the advantages and disadvantages of each competitor in the business plan. Coming up next is going to be Brandon, and he's going to be going over the marketing and branding.
Thank you, Adrian. I'll talk to everyone about the marketing and branding of everything. So, what are our marketing objectives? We want to raise brand awareness. Obviously, if everyone knows your brand, then everyone's going to want a fireplace or a fire pit from your brand. We want to generate leads on potential customers. The more potential customers that we just get in the store, the more we might be able to convince that we're worth a purchase, either a Tier 1 or a Tier 2. Maybe they add the customizations. Those potential customers are our main leads that we're going to want. Those potential customers could also turn into brand ambassadors, and the brand ambassadors' word of mouth marketing is always such a large thing. The more they bring their friends over, the friends might be like, oh, I want one of those, I want to purchase that, and then they'll give us a call as well. And then in the future, we want to make sure our marketing stays on top of everything. So how are we going to make sure our marketing stays on top? Well, first, our marketing strategies. We want television, radio, internet, newspaper, and even flyers. So television, we can put television ads up there. We can choose what time of day, depending on our budget and our price, which I'll talk about in a moment. Radio ads. A lot of these people that are always outside, maybe they're not on TV. Maybe they're just listening to the radio, because you can have a battery-powered radio. We're also going to have our own website to make ease of use for purchasing, and we're also going to use Google AdSense and other companies to add our advertisements onto other websites and stuff. We're also going to take out small little portions of newspapers. It's not very expensive unless we're going to take out a whole page, which we're not going to, because we don't think newspapers are going to bring in that many customers, but we definitely think the profit from bringing in just one customer would be well worth it for how much a newspaper ad costs. And then flyers on doors, while some people may not think that they're worth it, it's definitely a worthy option because, again, like newspapers, they're so cheap. If we can just bring in one customer from that, it will benefit us greatly. So of this budget, we're looking at a 20% expected customer growth from these ads. And from our budget, which is about $16,000, which is going to be increased in the next year by 100%. We are expecting to put about 60% of that into television and radio, which we believe will be the biggest marketing options for us. We are going to put about 35% of it into the internet, which a lot of that percentage might go into building a website for the first month, and then after that adding the Google AdSense and all of that. in the next months when our budget increases as well. And then we're only going to do 5% for newspapers and flyers and all sort of paper stuff like that. And then for the finances, I am going to throw it over to Benjamin, and he will talk to you all about that.
Thanks, Brandon. Let's go to the next slide, please. In our source of funds, the startup budget for Blue Flame Products LLC, we have estimated a total finance cost of $350,000, with $100,000 of the totals coming from the owner, and the remaining $250,000 being acquired from a commercial loan. We have an estimate of a 10-year loan with a 9% interest rate. Next slide, please. For our P&L statements, as you can see, in year one, we're estimating a total sales to be approximately 1.2 million and growing to 1.7 million in year three, with the gross margin remaining at 29% each year, which would give us a gross profit of approximately 350,000 in year one and increasing to 522,000 in year two. I'm sorry, in year three. After the accounting and expenses of EBITDA, the net profit will be negative for year one, but it will increase in the profit margin to 3.54% by year three. Next slide. The net cash flow in year one is approximately 64,000 due to the initial funding and startup costs. In year two, the flow will decrease and drop into the negative range slightly to approximately negative 2,000. However, as sales increase, the net cash flow will rebound into the positive and leave Blue Flame with approximately 2,800 in its net cash flow for 2024, and increasing our cash balance to approximately 65,000. Next slide. In our balance sheet, according to the balance sheet for year one, the total asset value is 324,000 with a liability total of 244,000. This leaves us our net worth for year one at 80,000. In year two, you see a slight decrease in net worth to 75,000 and an increase of approximately 12,000 in net worth during year three for a net worth of 87,000. As you can see, Blue Flame Products has always stayed in the positive range regarding net worth and plans to continue expanding far into the future. Thank you.